This book is called Radha Rasa Sridhanidhi, which means the ocean of nectar, which is the rasa of Srimati Radhika. That means all of her loving mellows for Krishna, all of the ways she loves Krishna, all the ways that she serves Krishna. It's that ocean of nectar that is her service. And also the soul, which is having the special potency to connect with her and to serve under her shelter and to serve her directly as well. In the transcendental world of Vrindavan, some souls are specifically inclined to serve Krishna. And most, you could say, in the different rasas. A rasa means a relationship. So those who are serving Krishna as a servant, providing all his different necessities, and they gain great pleasure in organizing and maintaining everything for Krishna. And then there are those who are his intimate friends. In Vrindavan specifically, which is a very intimate, sweet realm, the mood of pure service as a servant is not there. The mood of service as a friend is there. The service as a parent is there. Service as a beloved is there. There is not any mood where, we are just a servant in relation to our master. The nature of life itself there is service. So we should not think whether or not are we doing service in the spiritual world. The nature of the spiritual world, the nature of the soul we hear is we have activity, we have energy, and we want to be engaged. And what is the purpose of that? To engage in our relationship of love with God, right? So the nature of the spiritual world is service. But the specific relationship in which you are doing that service is not a servant-master relationship with Krishna. Understand the difference? The nature of the soul, the energy there is your expansion of Shakti, and you want to serve. You're excited, you're ecstatic, that's what you're looking to do. But what is the relationship, the rasa, the context? So that's also very important. The cowherd boys in their friendship are serving cowherding with Krishna, playing and wrestling and so many varieties of sweet interactions. The parents, Mother Yashoda, she's serving, but she's not serving Krishna as God, she's serving him as her dear most beloved son. The cowherd boys are not serving Krishna as God, but as their dear most beloved friend. The gopis are not serving Krishna as God, but as their dear most beloved. Right? Service is there. It's the omnipresent substrata of the existence of Goloka. We hear in the Brahma Samhita that hundreds of thousands of goddesses of fortune are there serving the Supreme Personality, Sri Krishna. Lakshmi Sahasra Sadasambrahma Sevyamano. Hundreds of thousands of goddesses of fortune are doing what? Sevyamano. Engaged in the loving activity of service. We ended the last class talking about how Srimati Radhika's ecstatic love in action. That's service. We do service, but what is our mood? And when your mood enhances to taste that sweetness of your relationship with Krishna, not as master and servant, as belover and beloved, as friend, as son, then your service is filled with the most powerful sweetness you can imagine. That's what we call to taste the bliss of that loving engagement relationship. So, many of those souls there are serving Krishna as their ultimate focus. It's okay. She knows. She's like on the threshold here.
She has a service.
She also has a service. Miaui has a service. Go find some mice. Okay. I got it. It's not only very social, it's just curious. Okay, we're good. Intermission. Okay? No, it's because we need some fresh air. No. Variety, it's fun. Having some variety of service experience here. Isn't it fun? Now everyone's going to be thinking, is she going to come back? There's one drop left. Okay. So, there are those, thank you for there are those souls who are also specifically inclined to connect with and serve Srimati Radhika. Okay? So for those, there's also Radha Rasa. What is the nectar of her service? What is the nectar of the relationship with not the soul as servant of the goddess, but as servant of your life, your soul? See, when you think of I'm serving God, there's a separation between you and God. You're serving your very life. See the difference? As soon as you're serving God, there's some separateness, right, Kanaka? Sharp as a tack, all right? You're going to be a pundit and give Harikatha to many people, please? Maybe when you grow up. So do you want to serve God? Or it's like you have no other, your life is simply a current flowing in the direction of the urgent desire to serve your life, your beloved, your heart and soul. There's nothing separate from that. You're in Bhakti Yoga union with that Supreme. So connected that the fact that it is the Supreme is no longer relevant. Understand? I am serving the Supreme. I am servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am important because I am connected to Him. But the sweetness of the relationship of love, it's no longer important to you that you are serving God and that you are seeing God and that you are with God. That's also, you could almost say, like, bhakti is supposed to be spontaneous and without any cause. So if you're serving God, is that the cause of why you're serving God? Because He is God? You see? I am serving Krishna because He is God. Now there's a cause. Ahaituki apratiyata. Bhakti is ahaituki. It's causeless. Apratiyata, it is spontaneous. It satisfies the soul. Krishna is the soul of all existence, the soul of your soul. He is God, He is not God. He is God. But when you enter Vrindavan, no one is thinking He is God. They're not serving in that servant master or servant Godhead dynamic. They're not waking up and thinking, I have to put on tilak and put on clean clothes and go to serve Krishna. There's a story about this where a great sage, Sanatana Swami, a liberated soul, he went to Mathura on parikrama and he saw a lady there who was cooking porridge in the morning time. And she had a stick. And with one end of the stick, she was cleaning her teeth. And with the other end of the stick, she was stirring this porridge so it would not burn. And after she was finished, she took some bowls and made 2 bowls. And there was a small, little, very simple temple like we go to in Braj. Not a big opulent temple, simple temple. And she put the bowls down. And her son's name was Sadhana. And she said, "Oh Madan," which is the name of Krishna, and Sadan, come take your breakfast. And then 2 little boys came and sat and were blowing on the porridge. And then they were eating and feeding each other. And then afterwards they went and they were playing and rolling and wrestling in the dirt. And Sanatana Swami observed this. And then he went on parikrama. Every day he would go on parikrama, Vrindavan, Mathura, Govardhan, 50 kilometers or so a day he would walk. Right? This was about 550 years ago. So then, the next day he came and he saw this again. And he became curious and he started to research. And this was a little temple where there was a deity of Krishna called Madan. Sanatana Goswami's ultimate lord, his heart's beloved, is also Madan Mohan. Right? So this deity was called Madan. And this simple lady would cook in the morning, not following any etiquette, any rules. How do you think? If I were to catch someone here, with a big stick, brushing their teeth with one end and stirring the other side, oof. And if Jagmohan Maharaj were to see it, oof. Ratlamaya! Right? But Sanatana Goswami saw this lady cooking like that. He couldn't understand. He called her over and he said, "Please follow the proper etiquette to cook. You should bathe, dress nicely, brush your teeth first, then take a shower, then cook for Krishna. And also you should offer to Krishna, and then after he's eaten, then give his remnants to this other boy." And so the next day he came, and the next time he leaves early in the morning for a parikrama, because he has a long way to go. So he got to this spot in Mathura. When you go on parikrama, normally you have the main spots that you go and offer obeisance to. and you take the blessings of that place. So he came to this place, and he saw the lady wasn't there. She had gone to bathe in the Jamuna, the river. But the two boys were there. And when they saw him coming, they ran up to him, and they grabbed his legs and his cloth, and they began tugging on it. And they said, "What did you tell our mother? Why did you disturb our mother? She's so late, we're so hungry, we have so much to do today. We have to wrestle in the dirt, right? And then we have this to do, and that to do, and this to do, and that to do, and we're hungry, and our stomach is empty, right? Where is our food?" And then she came back, and as she was walking back, very clean and proper, dressed nicely, and preparing with a very clean pot to cook. They said, "Don't disturb our mother. Let her cook as she likes." And so he went and offered pranams, and he said, "Please, I don't want to disturb you. Continue." Why? This is called rag. On that highest level, she is not serving God. She's serving her soul. When you realize your love of God and he becomes the beloved, or he becomes the son, or he becomes the friend. For her son and Krishna, the gopis, they have so much love for Krishna as their son. Even more than their own son. But they see both as like their son. Every mother in Braj sees Krishna as her son. And every younger girl sees him as her beloved. And every boy sees him as their best friend. This is how Braj is. Right? Every mother sees Krishna as her son. Every young girl sees him as her beloved. Every boy sees him as his best friend. And they're all blissfully absorbed, and Krishna can manifest in unlimited forms to satisfy the needs of each soul who wants to be in that perfect relationship of service. But what is that service? At that point, what is service and what is love? That's what we say. Srimati Radhika is ecstatic love in action. That is service. Service is like you have love with your particular mood. And those two things together, it's like, two atoms that create life. First, the molecule of bhakti. Love and your mood. And then it manifests as service. And what are you doing? You're thinking, I have no patience. I'm too restless. We talked about this the other class. People think spiritual life, the goal of spiritual life is retirement. The goal of spiritual life is rest. But in Braj, the goal of spiritual life, there is no goal. There's no goal at the end of the rainbow that I have to get to this and then I'll be happy and I can rest. Right? We're trying to climb the mountaintop of achievement so we can get to the top and relax. But we see our Vaishnavas, our Gurudev, our Prabhuji, that's not in their dictionary. Their love and their mood is so powerful that they cannot tolerate any separation from their beloved. And life is energy, right? Life and energy are almost synonymous. If you're dead, then it's static, no energy. If you're alive, you're doing something. So what are the Brajbasis doing? Based on their relationship and their love, their mood, their flavor of their bliss that in their relationship, they're active. So, Radha Ras Nidhi means Sakya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, and most of Madhurya Ras is focused on Krishna. But there's a special selection of those souls who are focused on Srimati Radhika. And they only see the divine couple as a pair. Because if you're focused on Krishna as your ultimate subject and your object of love, right? Then you may see Krishna without Srimati Radhika as a Saka. A Saka is not only seeing Krishna with Srimati Radhika. Vatsalya Ras, not only seeing Krishna with Srimati Radhika. But speciality of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they also worship the divine couple together. Why? Because Lord Chaitanya came specifically to teach this rasa, this mood where Srimati Radhika is not out of focus. The picture of Radha Krishna is not Krishna in focus and Srimati Radhika out of focus. Or many lineages are there that only Krishna is there and no Srimati Radhika at all. And then you see Krishna and he is just playing his flute. For who is he playing his flute then? We heard this song, right? Esho Esho Radhe Dhake Pran. As soon as Srimati Radhika enters the scene, then there is rasa. Without Srimati Radhika and Braj, there is no rasa. Radha Ras Shuddhanidhi does not just mean Radha Rasa. It means all Braja Rasa. Without Srimati Radhika. So, Vatsalya Ras, those parents with Krishna, the cowherd boys with Krishna, everyone with Krishna is getting that rasa. And they may not be focusing on Srimati Radhika. She may not even be part of the equation for them. Yes, she is wonderful, she's there. But the rasa that Krishna is exchanging with them, without Srimati Radhika, there's no rasa. Tuhu vina kahara ras. Without you, where's the ras? In the Rasa Lila, Srimati, you're paying such good attention. Right? Absorbing it all like Sutta Goswami. Right? 5 years old, Sutta Goswami was absorbing everything. So very good. Thank you, Kanaka. All right? Normally don't have this gradation of class. So, we got to get to some verses. Those special souls who have it in their heart, their desire is, no, I am specifically inclined to the service of Srimati Radhika. For them, Radha Krishna are both there. And they fully experience the love of Krishna. And they fully love Krishna. But their love of Krishna is what? He is the beloved of my mistress, Srimati Radhika. This is in the teachings of Raghunath Das Goswami. And who is Krishna? He is Radharaman. Who is Krishna? Like, who is Krishna? What is Krishna's name here? Radharaman. Radha comes first. Radha's beloved, not the lover of Radha. Proper translation of Radharaman is not the beloved of Radha. It's Radha's beloved, you see? This is the Gaudiya orientation. Understand? Srimati Radhika's beloved. Not the beloved of Srimati Radhika. You're saying that Krishna is the focus. And she is, yes, he loves her. You understand? But we worship Radharaman. We worship Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Gopinath, Radha Govinda, Radha, and our Swami Prabhupada, everywhere he went, what deities do he establish? Not Krishna Radhika, not Govinda Radhika, Radha Govinda in Brooklyn Temple. Everywhere. Radha Madhava. This means the focus in the lineage of Lord Chaitanya, all rasas are available, but the focus is this specific rasa, where they are both the Yugal Kishore, the eternal divine couple. And the soul, there's a beautiful song, maybe we can sing this at the end. I don't know if you know this one, Annapurna, it's very sweet. Bol Borar Madan Mohan Heri Bogo. Very sweet song. E rupe braje pate chali bogo. Said Nikunjera dwari dwari rahi bogo. When will I have that opportunity to witness the beautiful pastimes of Sri Radha Krishna? So this is the wealth that is only accessible ultimately to those who are inclined to the service of Srimati Radhika. That is their, for them, then Radha Ras Sudhanidhi, that is their nectar. That is that nectar ocean. Therefore it is exclusive. Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Jai Jan Se Jan, Jai Babe Se Babe Thake, Ami to Radhika Pakshapati Sada Kabunahi Heri Take. You may be so qualified, you may be so great, but if you are not favorable to my Srimati Radhika, if you're not in the group of my Srimati Radhika, I don't know you. Talk to the hand. Right? Right? This is their mood. Jai Jan, Se Jan, Jai Babe, whoever you may be, however glorious you may be. Amito Radhika, I am in the party of Srimati Radhika. Paksha Patisara, forever. Kabu Nahi Heri Take, I will not even see her face. That's the original ghosting. Right? Right? I don't know you. Then you have personalities like Lochan Das Thakur who show the power of their loyalty, Nishta. So, there's so many glories about this. You know, we've spoken before about Vilap Kusumanjali and so forth. This is a very, very high, very beautiful thing. But let's read a few verses and see where we continue from there. Okay? here. I offer obeisance to the glory Srimati Radhika, Vrishabhanu's daughter. I offer obeisance to the direction, such as her glories that Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad is saying here. I offer pranams to the direction of Srimati Radhika. Yasya kadapi vasananchalakelanota. Gurudev would sing this. Yasya kadapi vasananchalakelanata dhanyati dhanya pavanena kritartamani yogindra durga magatir madhusudanopi tasya namastu vrishabhanu bhuvodishepi. I offer my obeisance to the direction facing the daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, Srimati Radhika. She completely captivates the heart of Madhusudan Krishna, whom the greatest yogis very rarely attain. So what happens with the manjaris of Srimati Radhika, her maidservants, is that they actually understand Krishna completely, like no one else can. They have a full understanding of Krishna. Why? Because when you become so absorbed in the moods of service to Srimati Radhika, anyone that you live with and absorb your whole heart and soul in, you get to know them. And so Krishna, he wanted to know that thing that he couldn't find out about himself, he had to hear about from the gopis, the manjaris, servants of Srimati Radhika, like Rupa Goswami. He taught as well, but he's thirsty. Krishna became thirsty to hear from Srimati Radhika's manjaris. What do they know about me that Srimati Radhika is telling only them? You understand? They become privy to such an information that Krishna himself cannot hear. Sometimes the gopis will have a very special program where Krishna cannot come, where they can discuss and reveal their hearts completely. Not only that, but some of the Sakhis are not able to witness Krishna's pastimes with Srimati Radhika in the most intimate kunjas. So the manjaris also understand that. So if you really want to understand Krishna 100%, 100,000%, then take shelter of Srimati Radhika. She completely captivates the heart of Madhusudan Krishna, whom the greatest yogis rarely attain. When a gentle gust of wind playfully touches her cloth and carries its sweet fragrance towards Krishna and touches his body, he embraces it to his heart and feels that his life has become fulfilled. Now Krishna's life is blessed. This is the glory of Srimati Radhika, that when the breeze goes past Vrishabhanupur, where Srimati Radhika is present, or Javat, or Radha Kund, or Surya Kund, and that breeze captures the fragrance from her veil, and then continues and comes to Sri Krishna. Krishna faints in the ecstasy of that fragrance of her love. So therefore, the author is saying, I offer pranam to that direction of Srimati Radhika, where the wind has gone and taken her fragrance. Bola Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. I offer obeisance to the glory of Sri Vrishabhanu's daughter. Even Brahma, Shiva, and all the demigods cannot attain the pollen-like dust of her lotus feet. Her merciful glance bestows a shower of the greatest nectar. That Radha Sudanidhi, that greatest nectar, is present. Sarvartha Sara Rasa Varshi Kripardra Drishtes. All, Sarvartha means all. Sar, the essence of rasa, reigns Barshi by her merciful glance. See this? Understand? If Srimati Radhika's, that's why we pray in Kartik month again and again. I remember Gurudev told me when I was a young boy, I was asking about difficulties. Should I chant this mantra, that mantra? He said, every day chant Munindra Vrindavandite Triloka Shoka Harini, and so forth. Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam, praying for the merciful glance of Srimati Radhika. Who will she glance upon? She'll glance upon someone who is full of material desires. Oh, Srimati Radhika, fulfill my material desires. Her glance is not needed there. The incarnations of Shakti, Durga and so forth can fulfill that desire. See? If you want that glance of mercy of Srimati Radhika, which is the essence of all rasa, then your mood must be one-pointed. Otherwise, Durga, Kali, Saraswati Devi, so many goddesses can fulfill those desires. That is not Srimati Radhika's focus. Her focus is Krishna. And you want to serve Krishna? I'll give you an example in temple life. Difference between Manjari and temple devotee. Everyone in the temple is serving, Krishna, doing everything that's needed. But Guru Sevak, serving Krishna through the lens of focus of Guru. And therefore they understand more and they're very intimately connected. They're still serving Krishna more closely. There may be hundreds of people and they're all serving. Everyone's serving. But when you come close, who's serving the most Krishna? Srimati Radhika? We can say that? Who's serving Krishna the most? Who's pleasing Krishna most? Srimati Radhika? Who understands Krishna the most? Srimati Radhika? So if you're in that group with Srimati Radhika, then you know Krishna the most, you serve Krishna the most, in the most intimate way, the most sweet way, with the most affection. It's called Grita Sneha, Madhu Sneha. Two kinds of affection. One is like ghee, thick, greasy, and one is like honey. Both are full of nectar, and both very thick, intimate. It's called Snigdasya. Snigda means affection that is very tight. Like if you take a honey spoon, it's not like loose and watery. Proper honey is thick. So that affection is very thick, very sticky. So the service of Srimati Radhika with Krishna, if you're in that position of sevak to Srimati Radhika, then all she wants to do is serve Krishna. She is that ecstatic. She is Mahabhava Swarupatam. She is the Swarup of ecstatic love. Her form is ecstatic love. Mahabhava Swarupatam Radha Thakurani. Shri Radha is the Swarup, the form of Mahabhav, which means ecstatic love. And so if you are serving her, then as a sevak, mostly she wants to serve Krishna. So come, serve Krishna. Give Krishna garland, dress Krishna, everything. But then you also get to serve her. Double benefit. Otherwise, it's like everything is going on, you don't know how or why. Like in sanghas, sometimes everything is going on, but you don't know who is doing everything. Who is the behind the scenes force, the Shakti. But if you're in the Seva category or in the Radha Paksha mood, then you understand everything. So it's a great, beautiful thing. Verse 4. I meditate upon the foot dust of Srimati Radhika, whose unlimited power instantly subdues the Supreme Person Krishna. She is not easily seen even by great souls like Brahma, Shiva, Sukadev, Narad Muni, and Bhishma. So the author is mentioning some of the greatest sages in existence. And Lord Brahma himself, the creator. Lord Shiva, Sukadev, the most liberated soul we know of, right? Narad Muni, the great guru of the universe, and Bhishma Dev. We worship and meditate upon her foot dust. First he prays to the direction. Now we're getting closer. We're praying and meditating upon the foot dust. There's a verse that says that Lord Brahma meditated for 60,000 years on the glories of Srimati Radhika. And after that, he said, I still don't understand it. I cannot comprehend the extent of her glories. So, verse 5. I meditate on the pollen-like dust of Srimati Radhika's lotus feet. That dust becomes like a wish-fulfilling cow that bestows sublime nectar upon the devotees as they celebrate a festival of divine love. Isn't this beautiful? Rasa Kamadenu. So Kamadenu is the heavenly cow that fulfills all desires. In the spiritual planets, one of the forms of Shakti, the goddess, is Mother Cow. And what is she doing? She's giving nectar as a mother. The abundance of Amrita. Amrita, nectar, comes from milk in the heavens. Some are worshipping Soma. They think some kind of intoxication is best. But that's only for those who are interested in lower tastes. But the higher taste is kamadenu, amrita, the nectar of this rasa. So, bhavot savena bhajatam rasakamadenum, that wish-fulfilling cow of the dust of Srimati Radhika's lotus feet bestows the transcendental nectar of milk to the hearts of the devotees, which brings them into a festival of never-ending joy. By placing this dust on their heads, the charming gopis attain something that is longed for. Intermission. Bye, Kelly.
See you later. Cut. Okay, and action. Action.
Okay.
You can cut that part out.
No problem. All right. By placing this dust on their heads, the charming gopis attain something that is longed for by the boy who wears a peacock feather on his head. Tam Radhika charanarenum aham smarami. The last line. That Srimati Radhika, I meditate upon the dust of her lotus feet, and taking that dust of her lotus feet on their head, the gopis achieve something that even Krishna is aspiring for. It's not so easy for Krishna to get the dust of Srimati Radhika's lotus feet. But because they are serving in the flower groves, the kunjas, wherever she's walking, they can collect that dust very easily and achieve it. Lord Chaitanya, one time he was bathing, he went to see Lord Jagannath, and he was bathing his feet. Before you enter the temple, in Indian culture, you clean your feet. You bring the dust from your feet into the temple. So Lord Chaitanya would bathe his feet, and then he would have his assistant, his sevak, dry up all the water. He wouldn't let anyone take that water. Why? Everyone is serving God, everyone is with God, but who is sevak? Who is allowed that special mercy? Lord Chaitanya's foot bath water? Not so easy. Now it's easily given. Oh, great gurus, yes, wash my feet, drink the water, I am so great. You will get so much mercy. God himself incarnated in the mood of the devotee and wouldn't let anyone take his water. He made a rule. Anytime he would go to the temple, they would dry it up. But one time, there was a very simple-hearted devotee who had great love and devotion for all the devotees. He didn't think of God as the object of worship. He saw all the Lord's devotees as the object of worship. And he would go and serve all the devotees and give them prasad, and then wait outside and hide. And when they threw out their remnants, and they were all absorbed or sleeping, then he would go in their compost pile and take their remnants. He knew they wouldn't give him, Like if I go to Vrindavan and feed him, and then say, give me your remnants. You'll give me? So if I'm more clever, I'll say, oh, Vrindavan, Krishna took this mango. You have a piece? I'm giving you the pit. And then I just don't say anything. And then I wait 2-3 hours and see where did Vrindavan leave the mango pit. And then I take that and go hide in the corner. Why? Because in this situation, the devotee is worshipable. Everyone wants to worship God. Now my bhakti has this cause. I am great, therefore I should worship the greatest and serve God. And then I will be next. I will be the right hand of God. This is not the devotee's mood. Any Krishna devotee, I want to serve them. They are so great. They have so much devotion. So there's this one devotee, and he would serve the devotees like that, give them prasad, and hide and take the remnants. And when Lord Chaitanya was entering the temple of Jagannath, and he was bathing his feet, and he had his sevak Govinda about to dry it, this person, everyone knew the rule. Don't try to take Mahaprabhu's foot water. You knew the rule, right? But this devotee was so simple-hearted and innocent. As Mahaprabhu was bathing his feet, he immediately got down on his knees right next to it and scooped up the water and was about to drink. And Govinda looked, and he was looking at Mahaprabhu. Should I chastise this person? She's trying to come this side now. Okay. No problem. We got some fresh air. Right, you can close the door now. This either one. Try. How do you go? Yeah, no problem. We leave this one. Jai. So now Lord Chaitanya is washing his feet, and Lord Chaitanya knows everything. He's ultimately Bhagavan, right? Knows everything. So as his feet are being washed, Govinda is ready there on guard, and this devotee immediately goes down and scoops up a thing of water, and right as he's looking up at Mahaprabhu, looking at this person, and Mahaprabhu just smiles. And he drinks the water. He was the only one known to get that chance. Why? This is the Manjari mood. Am I serving Krishna, or am I serving his devotees? Which is more special? Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Bhakata Seva Parama Siddhi Prem Lati Karamula. You want love, but you don't know how to get it. We all want that divine love. We're all praying for that divine love. How can I get that divine love? But no faith in Krishna's devotees, no desire to serve Krishna's devotees, no attachment for Krishna's devotees, then Krishna says, I don't accept you as my devotee. My devotee's devotee is my real devotee. This is our mood, right? The essence of that is we want to serve Srimati Radhika. We don't pray to serve Srimati Radhika. What was your prayer? Adadanas trinam dhante idam yache puna puna Srimad Rupa padam boja dulisha janmani janmani. I pray life after life, aspiring for the nectar of the service of Sri Rupa Manjari. And what does that mean? Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in end of Jaiva Dharma 38-39, you see your guru like that, and in that way you're connected to that whole parampara of Srimati Radhika's Manjaris. Guru Maharaj, Guru Parampara, Parat Par Guru, Parameshti Guru, Paramparat Par Guru, all the way up to Parampara. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jagannath Babaji Maharaj, Gaura Kishoras Babaji Maharaj, Narottam Srinivas Shamanand Prabhu, 6 Goswamis, all Srimati Radhika's Manjaris. Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, our Swami Prabhupada, and our Gurudev's conception as well, Param Gurudev, all other disciples who are acharyas of Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. Many other rasas are there. And in Mahaprabhu's time, Nityananda Prabhu came, and many of Nityananda Prabhu's associates were cowherd boys. So those rasas are available. But the essence of the Gaudiya lineage is this service of Srimati Radhika through her kinkaris. This is the essence. Okay. 2 more verses, yes? Glory, glory to Srimati Radhika, that goddess of the forest groves, Nikunja Devi. When, wounded by millions of Cupid's arrows, the son of Nanda fell, she brought him back to life by bathing him with the blissful nectar of her touch, just like waves lapping against the shore. So Krishna was in so much separation, and he was praying, O Srimati Radhika, I've been wounded by millions of arrows of Cupid. We pray to Krishna. The whole world is praying to Krishna. He is Madan Mohan, all attractive. Everyone is praying to God. All around the world, everyone's saying God, God, God. In Islam, everyone's focused on God. Right? In Christianity, everyone's focused on God. All around the world, right? 6 billion people thinking God, 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 God. And what is God doing? Radhe, 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 Radhe. Right? 6 billion people, 7 billion people worshipping God. And God is worshipping and calling out the name Radhe, Radhe. So what is more powerful? What is more powerful? Krishna says, I am wounded by the arrows of Cupid. And it is simply the nectar of the blessing, the touch of the hand of Srimati Radhika, which gives him life like waves lapping against the shore. Right? The gentle, Krishna is lying senseless in separation. Krishna becomes so absorbed in separation from Srimati Radhika, he's lying senseless in the ground. Srimati Radhika is gently stroking him. Krishna, Uti Uti, it means wake up. Wake up, Krishna. Wake up, Krishna. There's beautiful songs of Shri Radha and Krishna where Srimati Radhika is, stroking Krishna and saying, please wake from your separation. Okay, one more verse. Srimati Radhika's face is the ocean of nectar for Krishna, full of many waves of sweetness, charm, beauty, and divinely wonderful pastimes. When, oh when, will that ocean of sweetness and grace appear before my eyes? So we're just doing an overview. We'll continue like this, Verse 8 is a very famous verse. Gurudev would quote this verse all the time. Yad kinkari shubahusha kaluka kuvani nityam parasya purushasya shikartamoli Tasya Kadarasanidir Vrishabhanujayas Tarkeli Kunja Bhavanangana Marjani Sham. Here Prabhupada Saraswati Pad is praying, may I one day become a stick in the broom that is sweeping her grove. Why? Because that beautiful boy who wears a very beautifully tilting peacock feather, tilting towards Srimati Radhika, he is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is God, yes? So Krishna is God. Everyone's worshipping him. But what is he doing? He is falling at the feet of the maidservants of Srimati Radhika and pitifully begging them with many humble words to gain entrance into Srimati Radhika's grove, where the two of them perform their playful, loving pastimes. My life would be successful if I could even be one stick in the broom that your maidservants use to clean your delightful kunj. It's his prayer. Very sweet, yes? Verse 9. Dear heart, please turn away from the great things of this world and run to Vrindavan. Okay? So many great things in this world. You know, I remember coming to New York and we thought we should go see the Liberty Devi. Right? You see it in all the shows, all the great movies. Liberty Devi, Statue of Liberty. Great thing in this world. The Empire State Building. Such a great thing, right? But now it's been 4 years. I never got to see Liberty Devi. 4 years in New York, not once have I seen the torch of freedom held aloft by Liberty Devi, Statue of Liberty. Why? Dear heart, don't be in New York. Run to Vrindavan. Where? New York Vrindavan. This is what Prabhuji calls this place. It's New York Vrindavan. Right? Here, Srimati Radhika is holding a flower. Much better than the torch. Right? And she's not a statue. So, dear heart, please turn away from the great things of this world and run to Vrindavan, where the greatest treasure is present, the nectar flood that delivers the devotees from this world. What is it? What is it? What is it? I'll say it again. Okay, everyone's got to guess, what is that nectar flood? Dear heart, please turn away from the great things of this world and run to Vrindavan, where the greatest treasure is present, the nectar flood that delivers the devotees from this world. What is it? What is it? Yes. What do you say? Name. Her name. Her name. Now you know. Okay? So, dear heart, please turn away from the great things of this world and run to Vrindavan, where the greatest treasure is present, the nectar flood that delivers the devotees from this world. Shri Radha's name. Radha bhidhanam iha divya nidhanam asti. This is our prayer. So, anywhere the devotees are chanting Radhe Radhe, wearing t-shirt saying Shri Radhe Radhe, right? This is our New York Vrindavan. So we are very lucky to serve here in her branch office. Tell me when you want me to stop. O Shri Radha, storehouse of bliss, as the most expert of lovers prostrates at your feet and begs for the festival. See, this is the Manjari's view of Krishna. You see? The maidservants of Srimati Radhika, this is their perspective of Krishna. Such an intimate perspective, right? Everyone else is worshipping him. And they're saying, yes, I know you. You hold your ears and beg for her blessings, for her grace. And you prostrate at your feet and you beg for the festival of a single embrace. O Srimati Radhika, when will I see you knit your eyebrows and hear you say, no? Right? One more time. O Shri Radha, storehouse of bliss, as the most expert of lovers prostrates at your feet and begs for the festival of a single embrace, when will I see you knit your eyebrows and hear you say, no? No. This is their vision of Sri Krishna. 11. May Srimati Radhika, who is the personified ocean of divine love, and the splendor of whose jewel toenails shines brightly amongst the cowherd maidens, be merciful unto me. Yat pada padmanaka chandra manichataya vispurjitam kimapi gopa vadushvadarshi purnanuragara sasagara saramurti saradhika maikadapi kripam karotu. May that Srimati Radhika bestow her mercy upon me. One more. When will the Queen of Vrindavan, Srimati Radhika, her eyes restless and her limbs like waves in the overflowing ocean of nectar, place her merciful glance upon me? Ujrimbamana rasavari nidistarangir angeriva pranaya lola vilochanaya tasya kadanubhavita mai punya dishtir brindatavina vanikunja grihadi devya. One more. This is it, I promise. I'm just going to close the book after this. Vrindavanishwarita vaiva padarvindam premamritaika makaranda rasauga purnam hridyarpitam madhupate smaratapamugram nirvapayat paramasita lamashrayami. O Empress of Vrindavan, I have taken refuge at your lotus feet, which are flooded with divine nectar, which are cooling and pleasing, and which Krishna places in his heart, and thus extinguishes the blazing fire of his desire to meet with you. Okay, we'll end with a story. Yes, everyone agrees? One time, Srimati Radhika was in Man, sulky mood, not letting Krishna see her. So this whole story is leading up, and Krishna was begging, please let me enter the Kunj, please let me enter the Kunj. The breeze that had touched her cloth, smelling that fragrance, had become senseless. And then with her gentle hand, like waves lapping the shore, she's waking Krishna. So many pastimes are there. But in this case, Krishna is praying for entrance into the Kunj. Please, Srimati Radhika. No, please, Rupa Manjari. Please, Rati Manjari. Here. Right? Entrance of the Kunj protected. Now Krishna's already been allowed in. But Gurudev Seva Kunj, they are protecting the Kunj. And sometimes Srimati Radhika will not let Krishna in. He's praying for that darshan and for that entrance. So in this situation, it's said that Krishna very humbly, prayerfully wanted to worship the pollen of her lotus feet, the dust of her lotus feet. And only by her grace, her permission, he placed those two lotus feet upon his chest. And Krishna is Sham. Krishna is very dark complexioned. But the golden lotus feet of Srimati Radhika with the very beautiful, soft, pink reddish pollen of her lotus feet together, what does it look like when the night is dark and everyone's thirsty for the sunrise, waiting, when will the sun rise? And those two lotus feet of Srimati Radhika upon the chest of Krishna, that is Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, the sunrise, the Brahma Gayatri is coming from that. That what is happening? That is the first sunrise, original sunrise, right? Rasa. That is Radha Rasa Sudanidhi. The nectar of that divine love is appearing on the chest of Sri Krishna with the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. The little toes like rays of the sun. See the analogy? Little toes, rays of the sun. Two lotus feet like the sun coming over the horizon. How the sun is first dark. And then you see, right? Like this, not the full sun. This is one description given. This is in the Sastra. How Krishna places the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika upon his chest. And this is the sunrise. So next time you see the sunrise, this can be your meditation. Yes? Maybe? Okay? So, Bolo Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam Gaur Premanandi